That rotates around the general election, especially in light of all eyes tomorrow being on the race for the office of the Lord Mayor here in Kampala. Across the country, citizens will be voting for city mayors, district chairpersons, as well as councillors. Yet for the country votes, the major battle will be here in Kampala. As for major political parties, the ruling National Resistance Movement, the National Unity Platform, the Democratic Party, as well as the Forum for Democratic Change face-off with incumbent Elias Lukwago of the People's Front for Freedom. And the race has, of course, seen the campaigns go on as the various candidates did go through the constituents, canvassing for votes ahead of tomorrow's polls. I'm joined on set by one of the contestants for Kampala Lord Mayor. She is running on the Democratic Party ticket, and she is Mrs. Beatrice Mao. You're most welcome to MorningAtNTV, Mrs. Mao.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Exhausted, but okay.
Exhausted. I can understand the last 3 months and how the campaign process has been ongoing. We will be talking much on the preparedness. Just take us through how the campaign process has been. I know there is sometimes grueling campaign through the various constituents, but there is also the politics of the day that could either topple you mentally or not. We want to believe that you are strong enough, aren't you?
Yeah, thank you, NTV, and to the viewers, good morning. It's been exhausting, but worth it, because there's nothing as fulfilling than listening to people's voices, than listening to what people really need to say and giving them the time. I have visited all the, should I say, 5 divisions, but in real sense, they are like 9. Because you find like Kampala Central, Ruaga South, Ruaga North, it is quite big. Okay. Makindye East, Makindye West. So it's been exhausting, but worth it. And my slogan goes that your city, your say. So it's been a great exercise.
Okay. Yeah. In the run-up to the election tomorrow, anticipation is high, no doubt, given what we have seen over the last few days in the run-up to, during, and after the presidential and parliamentary elections. Kampala is a flashpoint, and the position of Lord Mayor is always very hotly contested. And this time around, given the other, array of candidates from the National Resistance Movement, Mr. Nsubuga, we have Engineer Balimwezo from the National Unity Platform, independent candidate Nabila Nagai Sempala, and of course the incumbent Elias Lukwago. It's one that makes the stakes high. Do you think that the Electoral Commission, and in this case particularly Kampala City Electoral Commission, is ready for this vote?
I must say that to them, I don't want to speak for them, but personally I'm thinking that, first of all, I'm new in this, on the scene. I'm new. You're a new kid on the block. I'm the new kid on the block. I bring new energy. Yeah. I bring new ideas. I bring everything is so hectic. Now, when you look at all those people contesting with me, or the ones I'm contesting with, they've been in leadership. They know the game. So for some of us, we've not been trained. Like today, I'm having to train the agents to tell them that you have to do this and that. I had to travel to Gulu the last week of the campaigns, so that not only to support my husband, but also to train the team. I had to travel with about 55 people just to see How does the DRR form look like? How do you guard the vote? How do you do this? So really, Electoral Commission, next time they have to really improve. They need to create awareness. They need to train people. They need to do more than this. But I must say that my camp is prepared, and I'm really ready. I had to find over 5,000 agents, because we are required to have 2 agents per polling stations. Kampala has 2,704 times 2. That is how hectic it is. But the thing is, while campaigning, you find those people that really love you for who you are. They love you for the message you're bringing. They love you for the hope you're bringing to the community. And I must tell you that I'm very well armed. I've got all the agents, and we are ready for this.
Talking about people embracing the message that you have shared, especially in line with the manifesto that you intend to anchor your leadership in case you win the Lord Mayoral seat. What is it that sets you apart from the rest of the other candidates?
I said in the beginning, what sets me apart is I'm not a politician. I'm not a politician.
What are you doing in politics?
I'm not a politician, but I've come to serve the community. I'm not looking into politics, because when you look at politics of Kampala, Kampala is suffocated. Wars, fights, conflicts, corruption in City Hall, everything, there is a mess. So I'm the voice. I want to diffuse that steam. Kampala people are steaming with anger. When you talk to people, they are angry, they are upset that they've not received services. And I'm asking myself, if you've not received services, someone has been in office for 15 years, why are you bringing that person back? Give another person a chance. And what am I bringing? I'm new. I bring new ideas. I bring new energy. I bring a lot of hope to the youth, to the women. When you look at our markets, people are not enjoying the vibrancy of working. Someone wakes up not wanting to go to the market. If you've traveled, when you travel abroad, you see that whether someone is a sweeper, whether someone cleans the toilet, whether someone is what, they enjoy their work, they get up with energy. But now Kampala has become, it has become something else. And you have to remember that in 1986, when NRM came to power, 70% of the cabinet, they were DP. When Sebana was in Kampala, Kampala did not have such a mess. Kampala is full of waste. There's a lot of rubbish everywhere. We need to tackle that. You cannot tell me that you're given loads of money to work on the roads, and within 3 months, you're covering up the potholes. Something is not right. And what is not right is City Hall is engulfed in corruption. And I need to tackle that so that people receive services. People's voices are heard. You cannot tell me that you're voted into office and you cannot work with the executive. You cannot work with the minister. You've never been in a minister's office. You're claiming that I can't speak to the president. Ugandans or Kampala people, we really need to be open to ourselves, and we need to seek for services.
All right, there is an advantage that you come with to this particular race. one that is heavily anchored on your husband, the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, who has a memorandum of understanding with the National Resistance Movement, a party that is governing the country and is desperately in need of retaking Kampala. And this has been something that it's been pushing for so many years. There are commentators who are saying that you present the best option for the governing party, the National Resistance Movement, to achieve its goals within the city. Where does that leave your conviction as a Democratic Party candidate?
First of all, point of correction. This is not an agreement, like you've just said, that between my husband.
I was giving it context.
Yeah, between my husband. This is Democratic Party as a party with the NRM. And so it is not an individual understanding. And I've just told you in the beginning that since 1986, NRM has always worked with DP. So this is not new, that now Mao comes in to have an understanding or to work with the NRM and so forth. So it is not something new. It has been happening. And you have also to remember that DP has always had a hand in Kampala. And when DP was in Kampala with that leadership, Kampala was better off than now. And so we have to reclaim this seat back. We need to reclaim this seat back to the hands of Democratic Party.
How do you handle the long-standing contestation between the political wing and the technical wing of City Hall? We've often seen fights and battles between the executive director and the technical team. Those are the implementers of the various plans, and the Lord Mayor, who leads the political wing. This has, in the eyes of some, sabotaged projects that are meant for the good of the city dwellers. It has also put the entire leadership on both sides of the aisle into bad stead. As a Lord Mayor who belongs to the Democratic Party, in a dispensation that the National Resistance Movement is so interested in, how do you intend to work around that?
The beauty of my coming out to contest for this, being that I'm new, I'm not only loved by DP, I'm not only loved by, I'm loved by everybody. When you go to our headquarters, to our offices, you'll find Democratic Party, NRM, FDC, NOP, Independent, everybody. So people are loving me as me and my message.
Your personality.
My personality. And I think right now Kampala needs that. Kampala is fed up of fights. Kampala is fed up of pulling ropes, because when you do fight, it is the people that suffer. They don't get those services. And government programs, for me, I'm with the view that if I'm voted into the City Hall, first of all, government programs will reach the common person. Elias Lukwago has made it a point that I'm in office and I've got to blackmail people's minds that the country is badly off, the government has no programs, people, you're suffering and I'm suffering with you. No, he's not suffering with them. So we need to stop this idea of feeling sorry for ourselves, because if you feel sorry for yourself, there won't be any solution. So if you need change, you know what to do. We need change in the city hall. Number two, I'm one person that I intend to bring everybody on the table. Just like I'm working in my camp with everyone. When you have to serve the people, you need to bring all the stakeholders on the table. The traders, the business people, the markets, the government wing, the technical wing, everybody. You can't tell me that you're in office, but you've never entered the minister's office, Minister of Kampala. You can't tell me that you're voted by the people
as a Lord Mayor,
and you wake up and go to these same people and tell them that I cannot speak to the president, because the president is the head of the country. And for you to receive services and for you to deliver the people's voices, we need that connection, and I'm that bridge.
All right. What particular or specific local government reforms are required, first, to streamline leadership and the rollout of services across the city, but also to ensure that these services are not seen as, or rather being pegged to the governing party? President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has often said that if Ugandans elect leaders, be it at parliamentary or local government level, who are not aligned to the national resistance movement, they are shooting themselves in the foot, because service delivery will be a little bit, slower, and it will drag on account of his inability to work with that particular politician who is not from the governing party. What reforms are needed to circumvent the machinations of the president?
Now, that is the beauty of that cooperation agreement between Democratic Party
and the National Resistance.
So that is the beauty of it, because they are certain. The agreement is just it's not outlined as boldly, but there are certain things you agree to, there are certain things you don't agree to. So that is the beauty. The fact that there is that agreement, I don't think there can be any rejection in I voicing people's needs.
But essentially, that agreement has all the hallmarks of political deal making, not efficient service delivery. So you must be able to work away from the requirements of that particular deal or memorandum of understanding.
First of all, it's not a deal, and I don't really think you've read that agreement, because if you read that agreement very well, there are certain things that the president has entrusted Democratic Party to deal with. Things like corruption. I think I need to refer you back to that agreement, because now it's an open document.
Okay.
So you need to refer to the agreement and read it very well, and it will give you a highlight of what Democratic Party and NRM
are up to.
Exactly.
Okay. There are Ugandans who have always said that you, the political class, earlier you said you're not a politician and you're simply bringing this kind of mindset to the administration of Kampala City. You travel, and you've traveled a lot, no doubt about that, across the world, and you have seen the beauty of what other cities do experience. But some Ugandans have always wondered, why is it that many of the administrators, since you have distanced yourself from the politicians, why is it that administrators are not as quick to embrace but also roll out some of these things that you see happening elsewhere that improve city life, improve urban dwellers' business environment?
First, to improve services, or like you say that admin does not, first of all, Ugandans, or should I say, yeah, I'm going to be generalizing that Ugandans don't respect people enough. Why?
Wow.
Yeah, you don't respect people enough, and you don't respect people's opinions. Why am I saying that? You cannot wake up in the morning and you're building in the wetland. You cannot wake up, and basically when you look at our urban planning, that everything has gone a mess. Why? Because people are not respecting each other. You cannot, if you've just said that I've traveled, even if you're trying to create a driveway to your house in the United Kingdom, and you want to break the pavers or something, you need to write to the council. Then the council will then write to your neighbors to ask for their opinion. Do you agree to this? Are you happy that she can create a drive-through? Yeah. Do you understand? And that is what I mean by respect. People are not respected. Tell me one day that our Lord Mayor has invited the hawker, the market traders, or the market traders, or anybody, or the cleaners into the city hall and listens to their views or to their opinion or to their... We need to be more of listeners. We need to respect our people regardless of class. Whether you're rich, you're poor, that is the only way forward. That is why I'm saying that my 100 days in office, I have to go back to the basics. Okay. Basics of the Kabaka's initiative, basics of being clean, basics of why are you traveling in a taxi and you're throwing rubbish out of a window? Why is a boda driving in a one-way system? These bodas are learned, they are graduates, but why can't they follow the law? Because there is no respect of one another. The voice is gone. There is no common respect of one another.
All right, when you talk about that, you open up a whole lot more debate on mindset, especially in how we regard that which we consider to be of communal use or a public service. Let's now go to Lira, where our man on ground, Julius Ochen, is speaking to one of the victorious contenders there in the just concluded mayoral.
Thank you.
Mr. Chen, for that interview and perspective. We shall be, of course, waiting to hear how tomorrow rolls out in Lira City and indeed the greater sub-region. Returning to the studio, we have with us one of the contestants in the Lord Mayor race here in Kampala, Mrs. Beatrice Mao. She has spoken very eloquently about what needs to be done, the how and the what, but also her aspirations in as far as mindset and respect is concerned. I think that's very important. Let me ask the question, in light of the just concluded presidential and parliamentary election, this encompasses the entire electoral process, because what happened on Thursday and Friday up until Saturday, declaration of the president put so much attention on what is not right or not being done the right way in as far as our electoral system is concerned. The calls for reforms, the calls for greater logistical preparedness, this could actually play out tomorrow if they do not look at what happened and quickly be able to close those particular gaps. Do you have any concerns, fears, and what would you recommend as the most efficient reforms to do away with some of those challenges?
My worst fear is Intimidation, actually, because during the voting period, there's a lot of intimidation. Everybody comes and says, oh, order from above, this and that. So you don't know who is that order from above. You don't know who is the. So it is about.
You also don't know who above is.
No, because the people are lying. People come up. People come up with their own whatever. So intimidation is my worst fear. Like intimidating my agents. So, and personally, I don't think I can afford all the security around all the polling stations. So that is my worst fear. Number two, of course, stealing of those votes. I experienced it in Gulu, like people like wanting to stuff things. And we actually...
Ballot papers.
Ballot papers,
yeah.
Yes. We actually arrested a lot of them. We arrested people. So I kind of like panicked and I said, whoa, you're having 300 polling stations. I'm having 2,000. How am I going to do this? So Electoral Commission, really, we need to trust them. And also another thing I witnessed is those Electoral Commission, what are they called? Returning officers?
Returning officers.
Yeah, returning officers.
Polling officers, polling assistants.
Yeah, the returning officers not working well with the assistants, and so the communication is not aligning well. So we've learned a lot, and so there's a big gap. So I think Electoral Commission needs to prepare well next time. And as a matter of fact, I'm really panicking for tomorrow. I'm really panicking, but I'm strong.
Has there been any deliberate engagement between the various camps of the candidates who are vying for the Kampala Lord Mayor seat with the Electoral Commission prior to the presidential and parliamentary elections, but also post that period, especially the last few days? Yeah,
we've had two engagements with the Electoral Commission, but it was more about our complaints. Like personally, my billboards were torn, my campaigning materials, they were destroyed. The offenders, we have them, but EC does nothing. The police does nothing. So there's been an engagement, but not as much, because I would have expected the Electoral Commission to give a training of some sort, because they put up adverts that they are looking for returning officers, they are looking for this and that, but these people need to be trained a little bit more. Yeah.
Okay, as we wrap this conversation up, I would like to bring in the factor of women, the emergency of women leaders, and what appears like a wave of desire to participate and be part of the politics of the day and in shaping the trajectory that the country is taking. Talk to us about that, what you feel about the women in politics and what ought to change in order to make their participation better and more meaningful.
As Beatrice, I actually found a big, should I call it like discouraging? The community, the big people calling you and meeting you and basically telling you you cannot manage this, it's going to break you down, you can't stand amongst those two big guys. Personally, I'm contesting with about 6 men. So from the word go, they are telling me, oh, you have to pull out, please give up, maybe you'll get another job, this and that. So personally, I feel like I've really given it my best. I've campaigned well. I've reached everywhere in Kampala. I have sent my message. The message is very clear on ground. better infrastructure, affordable housing. Kampala has 80% people are living in slums. It breaks my heart. So basically, we need to move away from, I don't even understand it, because someone cannot be living in a wooden piece of a shelter in 2026. That is unacceptable, and that goes to show that the leadership in the city is not really connecting well with the person down. So my vision is about better infrastructure, because with better infrastructure, investors will come in. Yes, affordable housing, waste management. Everywhere you go, there is waste. How can you allow someone from you employ someone in KCCA, they are getting a very little money as a salary, but you can't even give them the basics like gloves. How poor have we gone? All
right, thank you very much, Mrs. Beatrice Mao, candidate for Kampala City Lord Mayoral race.